Hi there, I'm Kylie Mowbray-Allen from Hello Media.
And I'm Jenni Walke from Elephant in the Room Consulting, and you're tuning into Bite-Sized Business Life Podcast, the show that helps business owners get clarity and insight to grow their dream business.
Whether you're launching, ready to scale, or figuring out what's next, we discuss the nitty-gritty, the hard bits, the opportunities, and the behind the scenes, and share how we've grown our own companies and helped others do the same.
We're glad you're here. Hi everyone, this is Jenni Walke from Elephant in the Room Consulting, and I've got my digital BFF, Kylie Mowbray-Allen from Hello Media, and you're tuning in to Bite-Sized Business, the live podcast that helps small business owners build their dream business. How are you today, Kylie?
Well, we're both living our dream business today. You're driving on the way to the airport, and I've had one of those excellent days too. So it's good sometimes to be in charge of yourself, right? And be able to do what needs to be done.
Yes. And I think some of the conversation that we have is about what is being in business? Why do we have to have these structures around what we do? And I love the fact that I had a meeting this morning that was actually a really good meeting, and then was able to tack on another client meeting in the afternoon. Because I had the flexibility. My flight doesn't go till 6 o'clock. I had a couple of hours, and I thought, I'm going to actually go see another client. I was wanting to catch up with them anyway. And now, because we do live this kind of digital lifestyle, we can do that.
Totally. Very good to be able to run our businesses from wherever we need to be.
100%. Although I am spatially challenged today, not only because I'm sitting in a car, but because when I forget that the iPad camera is on the on the side, so I don't get to actually look at you unless you get to see my earrings, and unless all you want to do is see my fabulous earrings today, it's going to be a strange conversation. Maybe I have to flick it around. There we go. That's better. So anyway, so today, Kylie, I'm excited because it's part 2 of our conversation around getting you ready and prepping your business for the kind of end of the year and all the things we need to do from a digital marketing perspective.
Yeah, so I think a lot of people are just thinking, get as many sales done as I possibly can, or bookings for next year in, or wind down so I can have a holiday, whatever it is. But they actually forget that to be able to have a holiday and actually properly rest, it's a super good idea to get prepared in advance. So, for example, setting up a few email campaigns to not only be going out and reaching your audience now, but then also to go out during your holiday break, and setting up your social media so that you've got stuff happening in the lead up to Christmas, during Christmas, so that then you can come back feeling refreshed, ready to go, starting a new strategy perhaps, without scrambling, thinking, I haven't posted for 10 days. And of course, getting your website ready too.
I think it's so important, and we just did Empire Builders, as those who follow us, a couple of weeks ago, and one of the key things we focused on with my client one of the clients is around getting all the emails set up ready to go before we launch the business, because they wanted to launch and and it's such a great business and I love the idea, but we want to make sure that when we do launch, whether it's a new campaign or even a new business, that you have all those customer journey things mapped out and prepped so that you can focus on building and nurturing those clients that do connect with you, rather than worrying about, do I have, as you said, have I done that post? Did I send that email? Have I checked to see if that email automation is working? All those things that take a little bit of time, but if you prep them now, it's going to save you so much time in the future. And you can then focus on your customers and not the operations in the back end.
Absolutely. I think when it comes to the email marketing too, is that so many people seem to think that the bigger that they make their list, the more people that they can send to each time, which of course is actually going to affect their open rate, and it's going to affect how often they go into spams or people's spam folders. So they're forgetting to segment their list. So, for example, with this lead up to Christmas, trying to segment your list so you're only sending it to the ones that are, have engaged with your email in the last 90 days, for example. Because at the moment, as you know, since Black Friday, our email inboxes are just overwhelmed, completely chock-a-block. And I'm still seeing Facebook ads and emails about Black Friday sales. It's like, dudes, get with the program. We're done with that. So the inboxes are full, they're chocker. We're just struggling with the numbers coming in. So you want to make sure that yours is not just going in that big giant black pit of too many emails. So if you're really strategic with who you're sending it to and getting really specific about just sending it to those that have recently opened and recently engaged, etc., that's a really good tip there.
And I think building on that tip, which is so important to think about how you're actually communicating and who you're communicating to, is make sure that this isn't the only time you've communicated them with a sale or a Black Friday sale saying, buy my stuff. What have you done with them between now and the sale? Like, that's the thing. I think my partner, Michael, was talking around the fact that he unsubscribed from so many people in the last Black Friday sales because he's received no emails. Not that he really reads them anyway, but he'd received no emails from these guys in any of the time that he'd signed up or since he purchased last time. And then he got spammed, not the legal term, but spammed, because he was getting text messages and emails and more text messages. And there is a company that I absolutely love, and I will always use their stuff. But there was a point in time where I was almost thinking, I almost want to unsubscribe because I got 4 text messages in one day. And then the next day they had some promotion, which I wasn't even aware of. And I'm getting notification of all the people who'd won this prize. So all these other peoples were coming. And so for a period of an hour, I think I got 20 notifications from the app on my phone of all these things that had nothing to do with me. And to that point of segmentation, they probably thinking, we want to tell everyone who's winning because then they'll sign up. What it does to me is say, notifications off. I don't want to see it anymore. I'm not unsubscribing from you because I love your product, but you're driving me a little crazy with the number of notifications I get.
It's so true. And you're very kind then to not have unsubscribed and to actually just, made it snooze for a little while, because it is too much. And I'm with Michael that if you haven't heard from anyone in a very long time, and then all of a sudden all you're getting is just sale, buy my stuff, where's the gratitude to the people on your list? Where's the sharing? Where's the giving value? And where's the, hey, thanks for being here? If it's just sell. So
yeah.
Yes, not good at all. So it has been a very interesting lesson, I think, the last couple of weeks.
And I think it's ramped up this year. I don't know whether more people kind of started to realize that social media was there or that they could utilize, or SMSs or what it was. But I think this year the number of communications around the Black Friday and Cyber Monday was significantly greater than any other time I've ever seen before. But the question is, though, so what's now, right? What's next? You've done that sale. People are a little burnt out by your communications. So how are we going to make sure that if you have been that person thinking, oh, maybe that was me, maybe I did send a few too many emails or send a few too text messages, what should they be doing in the next, 3 to 4 weeks leading up to Christmas? And then in that New Year period where people do have some downtime and maybe looking at their websites or looking at through their socials because they've, having a break from work and, and now have that time to actually engage with the business. What should they do?
Well, that we always talk about giving value and, being grateful for those people that are there with us on the journey. So one thing that we did for one of our clients, so it's Toy Kingdom, and they're in a couple of Toy World shops as well. And so we wrote this fabulous blog, which is, the definitive Christmas gift guide for Australian kids, but for all age groups. So that's first of all, there's the blog there. So then, of course, we can create lots of socials around that, which helps parents and grandparents and anyone, trying to think of, oh, what do we do for gifts? And all price ranges too.
Yeah.
But then we also created a lead magnet, which is that same gift guide, but in a much bigger form that you can download as a little ebook. But then we also included a really fantastic printable, which is a 3-page document. So it's your Christmas checklist, getting ready. But it's not just about what you're buying. Actually, the biggest section was your to-dos, but there was also to bake, to make, to create, and to buy.
I love that.
So that's really beautiful. If I say so myself, it's really beautiful. I did a lovely job of it. They can download it and, print it out, type on it, or whatever they want to do with it. But it's just showing we're not expecting you just to buy. We actually know this is the important time to be thinking with your kids, what can we be creating? What can we be making, etc. So I think that's a really good example of giving value So not just saying buy my stuff, and there's no sale involved or any of that. It's just, here's our gift guide to help you on this journey, and here's a fabulous little printable.
And I think that's so clever, not only because you're engaging them in something that they're interested in, but that extra little thing they might print and download and give to their mum if they're going to Christmas dinner or Christmas lunch with their parents or their, or their siblings, or, hey, let's get together as a family and work through this guide and see what we're going to do. There's so many ways that guide can now be used, and they might find a recipe that they write on there or something that gets excited about. Oh, yeah, that's right. We're going to make puddings. When do we need to start doing that? So it's really engaging them in the environment and in the season, rather than, as you said, just about spending money. So that's a really great way to engage on email. But once people have done that and they go, yep, that's really cool, what are some of the things that people are missing about their websites in the next month, in this downtime period, again, when people are starting to scroll?
Well, see, that's the beautiful thing about starting off with that as a blog post for that company, is that then, we've been working on the SEO in the background. We know that there's going to be people be driven up to, they already are, so that's awesome, being driven to that site because of what they're Googling in terms of, best Christmas gifts for this age, et cetera, et cetera. So the SEO is charging away, and they're really getting a good boost in the lead up to Christmas. We're also then able to use that content for multiple social media posts. So it's really helping their engagement and getting that from an account perspective on Instagram and Facebook. It's getting some really great happening good stuff there. And that will take you through right up until Christmas, because in that last week is when we'd really start pumping the gift vouchers. So for all the people that forgot to actually buy in time, that's okay, because you can even buy a gift voucher on the day before and you're still winning. So that's been a really good strategy in getting that up there. And then, of course, the email marketing, same thing. So we can encourage people to download the checklist, to check out the gift guide, but also then we can get them, then, of course, remembering about the vouchers. So that takes them all the way through to Christmas. So then if they decide, and because they've got 3 shops, they won't be taking a break. But, we'll, of course, schedule the content so that we can take a break. And it's a really nice time to not do anything about products and just be doing things like check out our blog post on things to do during the holidays to keep the kids off the screen, or, things to do on a rainy day indoors, or things to do when it's too hot outside indoors, et cetera, et cetera. So fly kite. So there's lots of ways to set up content in advance.
So I just want to unpack that for people, because those social strategies in terms of engagement with clients is so important. But one of the pieces that you didn't say explicitly that really underpins that is that we're updating the website with that content. So whether it's the blog, whether it's how to buy the gift vouchers, whether it's a post that people are going to and making sure that landing page is clear. But most importantly is that SEO at the background to make sure that we're getting the traction in the search going to that site. So really, all those things work well because we've got our website squared away. We've got the blogs, we've got the SEO, we've got the gift vouchers ready and the postage and everything and the digital back end of those gift vouchers ready to go. So many people I know saying, we can buy a gift voucher. And I'm like, how do they get it? I'll just send them an email with it. No, that's not good enough. You can automate all that, make sure they get all that set up, but it requires us to have the foundation stuff done as well. So while we're thinking about the really pretty, fun, beautiful, engaging front end of your social media, don't forget the back end. Don't forget the SEO. Don't forget to make sure your website is optimized and set up so that you can set and forget it, get those sales in, get that engagement with your customers, but still be able to take a break over the Christmas period.
100%. And keeping in mind that people are constantly on Google. And, for example, they're looking for things to do during the holiday break, whether it's things with kids, like for that client, for example, whether it's any age group. They're looking for things to do, particularly in the areas where we live, Jenny, when it is unbearably hot. So coming up with ideas for, in fact, we just had this situation the other day where it was someone's birthday and they were like going to go to the movies, and they're like, no, it's such a beautiful day. Let's enjoy the outdoors. And I'm thinking, it's such a beautiful day. Let's go to the movies because it was so hot and at least it would be cool, right? So we all have different ideas of how we want to enjoy the summer, depending on how hot it is. So I think, coming up with blog posts. So whatever area you're in, 10 great things to do in blah, 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 or even 10 great things to do in the holidays. It doesn't even have to be a particular area. It all depends on, is your business localized or is your business online? But giving people blog posts to read is so important, and then doing those internal links to link from that blog to the next blog to the next blog.
Yeah, 100%. So it's really making sure that all those elements from digital marketing, email strategy, social media, which comes under digital marketing, I use it as a separate conversation, and the website and the SEO and your links are all set up. So if we've got 3 weeks between now and Christmas, what would be the priority? We start with getting the blogs written, then we set that up into the emails. From that, this is your strategy that I know that you share and you teach with your programs. Then we create our social media posts from that drives us to our website, and then we make sure all those links are set up and ready to go, so that as soon as we start posting that blog, as soon as we put that social out, everything starts to work seamlessly.
Absolutely. And schedule it all using Meta Business Suite. It's sitting there ready for you. You can use the app if you've got any little issue, hiccups when you're actually having your break. But you're exactly right, Jenni. I believe it's write your blog for this time of year. So write your Christmas blog, but then it might be between Christmas and New Year's that you want it to go out, or it might be that week after New Year's. It's up to you. Maybe if you could even manage to do a few blogs and schedule them about when they're actually going to go live. Do your social posts, schedule some newsletters, and then you really can kick back and know that all those important things are done.
I love it. Such great tips. So important. So if we want to learn more about how to do that in our business all year round and not just in the next 3 weeks, how do we get in contact with you, Kylie?
Go to hellomedia.team and you can either jump on a little discovery chat with me, or you can book a one-on-one and go straight in. And I sold a bucket load of one-on-ones for my Black Friday deal, Jenni. I did a 90 minutes and then you get a free 90 minutes.
Which is insane. And anyone who got one of those, congratulations on being able to scoop one of those ones up, because it's such an amazing, amazing offer. And so between now and Christmas, you're going to help people do that. You've got your Facebook groups that we can go through with hellomedia.dream team on the Facebook. No, Insta.
That's on the Facebook page, and the hellomedia.team for the group. So come on in, because we're sharing weekly updates, not just what's happening with social media, but what's happening in SEO and what's happening even on TikTok, even though I don't like it. I'm still sharing updates that you need to know.
And I think if everybody gets on board who's listening to this and just jumps into the group and takes 1 or 2 of those tips that you shared today and starts doing them, start with the blog. If nothing else, write a few blogs and schedule them, and a newsletter to match. If you do nothing else but those 2 things, it's going to help boost your engagement. But there's so many other things that you share on how we can do that. So I really think for those who are really wanting to drive sales, drive business engagement, and also still connect with their customers in this period of time, jump on board and start doing those things tomorrow, so that you can actually start seeing the rewards and the benefits to your business in the next week or 2.
Absolutely, Jenni. You can literally start reaping rewards that day. But also remember, it is the long game that we're playing. Now, how can anyone 100%. Get in touch with you, Jenni?
If people want to catch up with us, elephantintheroomau.com is our website, or you can go to our socials, Elephant in the Room AU, on Facebook, LinkedIn, and also on Instagram. Come on, reach out. We have a chat. Our focus is, of course, making sure our business's foundation is set up and ready to go. We're prepping for our Empire Builders in February next year, which is very exciting, and launching Empire Builders too. So we've got a couple of things to do this year before the end of the year. And we're also launching some new products, which we're very excited about, which we will be releasing in January. So looking forward to doing all of that back-end stuff this year, so we can sit back and have a couple of weeks off over Christmas.
I can't wait for your announcements, Jenni, and with all your good things launching. So I look forward to seeing you next week, and happy flying.
Thank you so much. And next week is my 50th birthday, people, so you must tune in on that day. Very exciting day. I'm having a day off, but I'm taking the time to chat to you guys because, well, I love hanging out with you every week. But for those who are joining us today, thank you so much for tuning in to listen to us. If you're listening to us on our podcast or on YouTube, make sure you subscribe so you can get notification of when we come online again and have another chat. We look forward to seeing you next week. Kylie, have an amazing day, and we'll talk to you soon.
You too. Thanks, Jenni. Bye.
Bye, everyone.